Hello everyone, I'm Matt Benford and welcome to this episode of Snack Break. I'm here with Joshua Burgin. Now Joshua, tell us a little bit about what we are going to be making today.
Today we are going to be making the specialty from Normandy, crepes.
Crepes,
Or
okay.
as we in America call them, crepes.
Yeah, I was always under the impression that they were called crepes, but apparently they're crepes.
Crepes.
All right, well let's go ahead and get started. Walk us through this.
First, we are going to need to melt our butter for the batter. So we're going to take about a fourth of a cup of butter, and we're just going to stick it in here and go ahead and melt it down. So we'll stick that on there. Yes,
It's starting to get warm.
yeah. So just melt that, and once it's melted down, we'll pull it off. All right. So to make the batter, it's very simple. You need butter, flour, sugar, salt, and milk. 5 ingredients, and that's it. So let's measure out our flour. You need 2 cups plus 2 tablespoons of flour. Let me get that going. This is whole wheat flour. You can use any type of flour that you want. I prefer whole wheat.
Okay.
It's just my preference. All-purpose works just as well. Just 2 cups plus 2 tablespoons. There we go.
All right, and after the flour, what are we doing here?
We're gonna add the sugar. So
Okay.
if you'll hand me that sugar.
What type of sugar is this?
This is organic unrefined sugar. It's called turbino sugar. So we're just going to add about 2 tablespoons of that.
Now, how do you get this type of sugar?
This sugar you can actually buy at any grocery store. I bought it at Kroger. And that's where I get all of my ingredients. So you can find it anywhere.
Okay.
Walmart, anywhere, pretty much. So we've added that. Now we're going to add our salt.
Looks like this butter's melting up nicely.
Yes, we can go ahead and pull that off. That way
right.
it doesn't reduce any down. We need all of that we can get. Just add a pinch of salt. And now we are ready for our eggs.
Okay, how many eggs do we need?
4 eggs. So we're just
All
going to break these in there if you want to help me out.
Kind of destroyed that egg, didn't I?
Well, you
Go ahead and grab one more.
definitely broke it. So that's all that matters. There you go. Much better. All right. You gonna put those on the plate? There you go. All right. Now all you're going to do is you're going to whisk this up. You want to whisk it for me?
I would love to whisk it for you.
All right. Put you to work.
All right, now what's next? When do we add this butter that we've been melting?
Oh, hang on. I forgot one thing. We need 2 cups of milk, which is just half of this. So we're going to add this in here real quick.
Okay. Half of this?
Well, it's half of what was originally in here. I made batter last night, so there you go. Just mix it well, make sure there's no lumps, and then we're going to add the butter once you get that done.
All right. Now tell me about this batter. You said that it actually has to sit overnight.
Yes, the batter needs to sit overnight just to let it rest.
Now, why is that?
It
Why does a batter have to rest? Because I've always just, I've made it and then I've cooked it.
There's probably some scientific reason why it should rest, but the French just do it.
All right.
So for some reason it works out better and the French do it, so that's the way I do it.
Now, you actually said that you've been to France, correct?
I
and
did. I lived in France for pretty much 9 months.
Okay.
And I lived in Normandy.
Okay. I understand you did a lot of cooking there.
Oh yes. I lived with a host family who they loved cooking, especially organic vegetarian dishes, which is why I use all organic products now and whole wheat, and that's what really got me into it.
All right. So it looks like we have a lump-free.
All right. Let's add in the butter.
Ooh, that's hot.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I'll
Now whisk it in really quickly.
Whisk it in again. All right.
All right, now I'm going to go ahead and heat up our crepe pan. A crepe pan has very narrow sides, that way you can get in there with your spatula and all that good stuff, or you can just use any frying pan. It works. But I'm going to go ahead and stick a pat of butter in there.
Okay.
That way it can start melting down.
Now, is this just to keep the batter from sticking, or is it just?
Yes, it's just to keep the batter from sticking, and butter makes everything better.
Yeah, sure does.
Paula Deen is my hero, so anytime I can use butter, I will gladly use it.
All right, well, once again, it looks like we have the butter whisked in there,
Yes.
and it is lump-free.
The batter looks wonderful.
Awesome.
So we actually have our finished batter right here.
And I'll put this aside to sit overnight. And then, all right, what do we do with this finished batter?
Okay, all you're going to do is, at about medium heat, you're going to melt some butter. That way it gets the non-stick surface.
Okay.
And I think we're just about ready for some batter. And you're just going to put, let's see, probably about 1/4 of a cup of batter in there.
All right.
Each batch of batter makes about 12 crepes, so you definitely have enough for a party.
All right.
Which I do all the time at my house. Some crepes, some wine. It's a good time.
All right, and briefly, can we once again go back over some of the ingredients that we use for making the batter and for making good crepes in general?
Yes, the batter, it's again just eggs, flour, butter, sugar, salt. What do we have? Did I get everything? Should be it.
Milk.
And milk. I always forget that one. We almost forgot it at the end. That would not have been
And
good.
then it's my understanding that you put some toppings above or on your finished crepe. What kind of toppings go well with that?
Toppings. My favorite is Nutella.
Nutella.
Anytime I can put Nutella on something,
is good.
I will do it. Piece of bread, just put Nutella on it. It's a feast. So for today, we are going to do Nutella with some cut up bananas.
Okay.
It's my
Should
personal
I
favorite.
go ahead and get started cutting
Yes,
up some
if
bananas?
you will, just cut up those
All
bananas.
Right.
And our crepe is cooking. And we just shake it around just to get the batter spread out. And you're going to let that cook. And we're just about ready to flip it. And once you flip it, that's when you put on the toppings.
Okay.
And you can use anything. I've also done applesauce, a little bit of cut up apples and cinnamon and walnuts.
Okay.
Also, you can use any jams or jellies. Just smear it on there, let it cook through, and serve it.
Now,
It's very good.
what is your personal favorite topping?
My personal favorite is Nutella. Nutella, and anytime I can add fruit like bananas, I'll do it because it's so good. All right, our crepe is.
It's about ready to be flipped.
It is ready. Well, let me use this one. This is probably easier. All right, I am not going to pull a Julia Child and try to flip this. So we're just.
That would be impressive, then.
It would be, but it probably wouldn't work for me. Julia Child had something special going on there. So, all right. All right. It's wonderful.
All right, now how long does the crepe have to sit? How do you know it's done?
It's done. Well, you start to see these air bubbles.
Okay.
Come on over. Come on, friend. There you go. You start to see these little air bubbles all in it. That's how you know it's done.
Okay.
Because, of course, the batter can't move, and so there's just a little air pocket stuck. So now, this is the time where you add all of your fillings.
Okay.
So very quickly, we're going to add a little bit of Nutella.
All right. Oh, that's starting to look really good.
Let me get that off there. Add some Nutella. Let me turn this down.
Okay. And you still, even while you're adding your toppings, you want to be heating it?
Yes, just keep heating it because you're still cooking the other side, which it's almost done. So you're just going to heat through this Nutella.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're going to add the bananas. So if you want to add a few slices of this banana on here.
All right, I will do.
And then she's pretty much done.
All right.
It's very easy to do. And once you have your batter made, you can just make them all pretty quickly. I mean, that took literally a couple minutes, and we're done.
All right, and then when do we take it off the heat?
And you're going to take it off the heat right now.
Heating pad? Excuse me.
So you're just going to fold her over.
Mm.
And now you'll just put it on a plate. And voila.
Now, obviously, we want to let it cool for a second before we dig in there, but it definitely looks extremely good. How long would you recommend it has to cool?
Just let it cool for a minute or two. I mean, it's hot butter, so it's hot oil. You definitely don't want to burn yourself.
Yes.
So let it cool for a minute or two, and then eat.
All right. Well, it certainly does look really good. I'm actually going to risk it a little bit right now.
I have a fork if you would like.
That is good.
Here you go. Dig in.
Cut it up and start eating this thing.
Yes, please.
You want a slice?
Yes, I will gladly take a slice.
All right, and once again, just tell us, what is this again?
This is just crepes au Nutella. It's Nutella's with crepes and bananas. And again, you can add any toppings, jams, jellies, applesauce, cinnamon, anything. The possibilities are endless.
All right, well, that's all the time we have for today. Tune in next time.